Hey everybody. So, just doing an update video here for the new channel. So, if you happen to come on, if you have any questions or if you're watching the recording of this, just kind of giving you an update to all that's been happening on my end. I have been very busy making calls, getting things lined up with the minibus builds right outside of here. We have 2 minibuses, and I will probably be buying another minibus from Tony and organizing, getting products in, doing podcasts for Tiny Home Tours and the Off-Grid Skoolie podcast, and just hard at work here. And just wanted to see if anybody had any particular questions about, the channel changes, the new minibus builds, and the projects that's going on. So basically, the main focus right now is getting as many minibuses built as possible. And the reason for that is we're building the minibuses to give to people for Tiny Home Tours, the YouTube channel and the Facebook and everything, just because it's going very well, and basically doubling down on that while at the same time giving people the opportunity to travel full time on the road. So the one that I just picked up, it's like 2 or 3 days ago. It's a 5-window, has the Ford 7.3 diesel in it. And those are really good candidates for 4x4 conversions. So we've been throwing around the idea of doing a 4x4 conversion on that guy and, really making that a pretty cool rig. But right now it's getting as many of those minibuses built to get to the videographers, the editors, and getting them on the road to then produce more content for Tiny Home Tours. That allows us, more long form tour videos, which allows us to have more short videos for TikTok and Instagram and Facebook, and just kind of playing that game. Morning, Rob. So other than that, also helping Wes get his new shop and business set up. Right now I'm in Wichita. Wes is parked right behind me. You might be able to, there's his bus, and help him get his shop set up, help him do some roof raises, get some minibuses built while I'm here. More recently, I actually found a builder in Nashville that is probably going to do a very simple build on the 4-window minibus. That would be ZEP 4, and that is going to one of our editors. So we have 2 videographers that travel around in rigs, and Sage, an editor, is going to be in that next rig, and he'll edit 4 videos a month for his rent, if you will, like him exchanging, his time to get the rig. And past that point, we're going to see what happens with the 5th build. But I'll be driving the rig to Nashville, have them build it out, and I have to go to Nashville regardless because I have to go to it's not the DMV, it's the register's office or something, where I actually have to take the title of the vehicle in there, and then I gift the minibus to the LLC that's set up in Tennessee, and that way it's able to get commercial insurance. But I have to do it in person, unfortunately, so I have to drive there. So I was thinking, if I'm already driving to Nashville, I'll just film them building that bus. The goal is to build it in 1 week and then document that, then bring it back here to Kansas and then get it painted and have a setup bus, and then have Sage fly out here to Kansas, and he'll pick up the rig, and then he'll be bouncing around editing for us and shooting tiny home videos. So basically, long story short, all this minibus build, everything that we've been doing is just to double down on Tiny Home Tours, cut grass while while we have the equipment, while we're able to do so. Nicole Lacey, good morning as well. So if any of you have any questions of what's been going on, the new channel, all that fun stuff, be sure to ask it here. And actually, if you want to, and this will be for those live right now, but I actually have a time-lapse video of this build from start to finish. I have that linked. Actually, what you can do is go to Facebook and look up the Off-Grid Skoolie Facebook group, and we'll get you accepted in there. And there's a link in there to the 3-year kind of time lapse video, just like the key parts of work that we were doing. And you're able to see this thing from the very beginning, picking it up in Florida to where it is now. And it's crazy. It's been 3 years since I started this build, and it's been a lot of trial and tribulation. It definitely turned out uniquely. Like, didn't have too solid of a plan when we started building this bus, but man, I am so stoked on how well this thing turned out. Definitely feels like my mobile office, feels like just a perfect little home as I travel around, build businesses. And as I said before, I'll probably be here in Kansas for another 3 or 4 months, helping Wes get his stuff started, and then going to transition either back on the road, or depends on what business is happening at that time. Varkas Ventures, will you ever have the long form tours come back? I always enjoyed those. So we are kind of, and this is for tiny home tours, where we have a group of videographers, including myself, that goes around and films people's tiny homes. We're starting to shift back into a little bit longer. Basically, the way we're doing it now, if it's a very complex rig and it takes more time, we're not going to put it like a 20-minute cap. Basically, we'd have like 20 minutes. Once a video gets to 20 minutes, then kind of, might need to edit some stuff out because that's just too much redundant information. But if it is a very complex rig or tiny home that requires more time, then yeah, we're going to start doing more long form. We've had a couple of videos recently go to a half an hour on tiny home tours, and we're going to continue going that route. It just depends on the rig itself and the videographer and how well that looks. But just going to keep doubling down on tiny home tours. I mean, I've been paying attention to a lot of news articles. One of my mentors sends me a lot of articles he finds on Forbes and Business Insider that relates to the tiny home community and the movement. And, I got very lucky with COVID for multitude of reasons, but the two main reasons are people are looking to downsize, right now. So the tiny home, the RV industry is just exploding right now, especially with people working remotely. Now that they have a mobile income, it's a lot easier for them to hit the road. Number two, I had an online income. It didn't matter if I didn't have to go to the office to do what I do online. So I got very, very lucky with that as well. And, with those two combined, we got very lucky. And I guess a third part of that is actually, people are looking for online entertainment now. You can't go to the movie theater. Going out to big gatherings is no longer an option. So I just got so incredibly lucky to have, an online income at the outset of this, and just the factors behind it even made it even better, which, I definitely don't take that for granted. I don't take a lot of credit for that because I just happened to fall into the right place when all this was going down. So just trying to take advantage of the situation that I have going right now. I love this lifestyle. I love sharing the tiny homes and, seeing people's rigs. And for those curious about doing a school bus or living full-time on the road, showing an example of how you can actually pull it off and how you can do it. That is a dream situation for me. So I'm just rolling with it, and we're going to continue working here in Kansas and see how it goes. Michelle, good morning. So if anybody has any questions about what's been happening in the new channel, I have been recording with my phone, Wes and I, at the new shop, doing our first roof raise, and kind of recording a little bit what's happening. So there will be a vlog coming up probably this weekend. I'll probably edit it tomorrow morning or later tonight and have that up for the weekend on the new channel here. But other than that, it's just been a lot of organization, a lot of back end on getting the building ready to do school bus conversions, getting a mailing list set up for Wes, so people can reach out to him to get work done. Me driving places, flying out to places to pick up new minibuses. It's another thing you can see. Let's see if you can see it. Yeah, you can see them out there. Got the two, it's a little blown out, but the two mini buses out there. Got the little 4-window and got the 5-window diesel out there right now that we're getting ready to take over to the shop. We're waiting to get a security system set up out there before we bring too much stuff out there, because it's an industrial area where the shop is, and just want to be careful with that. You don't want to have a bus go missing on us. But yeah, we're moving forward with everything and just crossing our fingers that things go well. It's Wes's first real business venture, which obviously you would be a little nervous if you haven't done anything on your own like that before, but he's built the clientele and he's built the reputation, which most businesses don't have. They have to build that over time, so he has that huge advantage. And the shop we got it monthly rate. We got a great deal on it, and we're going to see how that goes. And for me, it's branching out of online income with the mini buses, depending on what happens with them. If we build some for nightly rentals for, say outdoorsy or something along those lines, or just build a really awesome rig and then sell it, I don't know if that's something that will actually happen, but with that Ford 5-window 7.3 Cummins, they're a great candidate for the 4x4 conversion. So, upgrade the suspension, do a nice 4x4 conversion on it, build out the interior really nice, and just throw it online and see how much it would go for. How much would somebody be willing to pay for a really awesome 4x4 minibus that's built really well? It has, all of the bells and whistles on it, and just cross our fingers and see what happens. But I just wanted to give a quick update. We're coming up to 12 minutes now. If you do have any questions, leave it in the comments, and I'll probably be doing a bunch of live videos on here. So if you have any questions, let me know. No pro, go pronto. This will be the last. I guess you just answered my question about actually selling your build outs. Yeah, we'll see what actually happens with that. Something weird that happens with the build outs from what I've seen, once you build them out, at least for me, you become attached to them. So I think it'd be hard for me to actually sell something that was built out. And again, going back to doubling down on tiny home tours and getting as many videographers, as much content coming in as possible, selling the rigs doesn't really lend to that. So, we'll find that balance and how that works. But yeah, we'll probably catch you next week and be looking for that vlog video on the new channel coming up this weekend. Thanks for watching, everybody, and we'll catch you later.